Over 4 months, I went from this to this. I transformed my physical body, and you can even see it in my face. Everyone who's seen me in person has been asking me how I did it, and in this video, I'll walk you through the mindset and 3 simple habit shifts that made all the difference. And no, calorie counting had no part in this process. When we transform our physical body, unpredictable benefits with respect to our mental and emotional well-being and our career and relationships start to unfold. That transformation unlocks a growth mindset where we experience that we're not stuck where we're at, but we're capable of evolving and improving. It generates healthy self-esteem that is a cornerstone for success in every aspect of our lives. I want to encourage anyone out there watching this who's struggling, feeling stuck, or simply wants to take their life to the next level to implement these simple habit shifts to generate more happiness and wellness and tap into their potential. If you like this video and get value, hit the like button, share it with others who could benefit from the message, subscribe to the channel for weekly videos committed to your success in tech sales and in life, and subscribe to my Sell More, Live More newsletter linked in the description of this video. Once you subscribe, you'll get some free resources like cold call scripts, an SDR interview checklist, and a 90-day SDR success plan. And you'll get emails bi-weekly, because I don't want to spam you, that are committed to your success in tech sales and committed to helping you unlock your potential in life. All right, let's dive into the mindset that's at the heart of generating transformation and then dig into the 3 habit shifts. So first off, a physical transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's not so much about focusing on the end goal, but focusing on committing to a process every day that will produce the end result. When given enough time, the habits compound, they shape our identity, and transform us into the person we want to become. Just like a seed has the inherent potential to bloom into a beautiful flower, we too always have had the inherent potential to bloom into the best version of ourselves. A seed just needs exposure to the right conditions consistently over time, like soil, water, and sunlight. For us as human beings, our soil, water, and sunlight are habits that create the context and conditions for our greatness to unfold. The 3 simple shifts are habits that I practiced over the course of 4 months. And the great news is that you don't have to be perfect when it comes to executing these habits. You might have days where you're sick and need a break. You might have a day where you don't feel yourself and your 40% of your typical 100% is all you've got in the tank that day, and that's okay. Simply do your best, whatever that might look like each day, and know that if you execute these habits even 85% of the time over the next 3 to 4 months, you'll still transform your energy, happiness, clarity, and results. My mom always said progress, not perfection, and you should definitely embrace that. Another note on mindset is that these habits should not feel like a chore. Take on the perspective that you get the opportunity to freely choose to implement these habits and experience the unpredictable positive results that follow. These habits require discipline, and discipline is a form of self-love, and that self-love is the source of our growth. By implementing these habits, you have the chance to really love yourself, and you'll notice the more you love yourself in this way, the more you'll want to love yourself in other ways. At its core, embrace this as a self-love process. So habit number 1 is that I worked out every day. I specifically lifted weights because that's my favorite form of exercise, and I spent anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour depending on the day. Some days I had less time because of a busy day at work, and I might have only got 15 minutes in the gym. But I did what I could, and showing up is more important than a perfect workout. Doing something is better than nothing. I did 3 splits. Push day, which is chest, shoulders, and tri. Pull days, which is back and bi. And then leg days, throwing in some abs. This allowed me to work out every day while giving specific muscle groups enough rest between splits. Over the course of these 4 months, I embraced the concept of progressive overload, which is getting a little bit better each workout. Doing 1 more rep, moving up in weight, maybe even by 5 pounds, and it's just a concrete way to experience progress, which is very meaningful and satisfying. It kept me motivated. There's a big difference between working out and just going through the motions and working out with intention, trying to get a little bit better. Although I aim to get better in every workout, there were some days I didn't quote unquote progress, and I actually did worse. Maybe I went down in reps. In these moments, it's important to have self-compassion and know it's totally okay. Remember, do your best any given day, and that's enough. In the process of working out, it's really important to celebrate wins. It builds momentum momentum, it's really motivating and sustaining. And if you can be grateful for that progress, a lot more progress is bound to unfold. When you first start out, the workouts might seem really hard and not be gratifying. That's just how it is. But just trust in the process and give it enough time. After a month, it becomes addictive and the workout goes from becoming a pain to becoming a reward, especially when you see new cuts that weren't there before and you get compliments from other people noticing your results. It only reinforces what you're doing. On top of working out, the second habit I implemented was from a nutrition perspective. No, I didn't count calories. Instead, I did a 10-day carbohydrate reset. For 10 days, I cut out carbs completely, and I only ate cheese, meat, eggs, and fish. Vegetables and fruit are deceptive in that they're healthy, but they actually have carbs. So why was I eating no carbs? Eating no carbs depletes our glycogen stores and starts to get our body in a state of ketosis, where we burn fat as energy. When you cut out carbs, you will feel less energy, and it's normal to not be able to lift as much weight, but just keep working out and doing what you can. What you can do is you can eat fats as an alternative energy source. If you're feeling particularly hungry, you can drink water to satiate yourself. And when you're struggling, remind yourself that this carb reset is temporary and not permanent, but you can really drop a lot of weight when you drop carbs. After I did the carb reset, I reintroduced carbs, and the timing of the carbs was everything. I only ate carbs after workouts in the later afternoons. Carbs are like a drug, and they're either stored as fat or they go towards muscle recovery when we eat carbs after our workouts. So when I ate after workouts, the carbs would go towards muscle recovery and not be stored as fat. After having done the carb reset, I was actually able to eat pizza, burgers, desserts, whatever I wanted because I had just worked out. I'm not saying that after this you should start excessively eating junk food, but you have that flexibility to treat yourself if you want to. So now let's talk fasting. Fasting has been a part of cultures and spiritual practices for a reason. It can be a powerful practice. Fasting promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance and prevents diabetes. It fights inflammation, improves heart and brain health, aids in weight loss, less calories, and increased metabolism result. It increases growth hormone, which is needed for growth, metabolism, weight loss, and muscle gain, and could extend longevity and prevent cancer. For serious benefits in weight loss, I recommend a 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule. 16 hours of fasting, where you'll sleep for half of it, and eating for 8 hours. For example, fast from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m., where 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. you're sleeping, and just skip breakfast and eat from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., eating whatever you want after you've worked out. At first, you don't have to do this every day and can try out a day or two a week. Other types of fasting to check out are water fasting, juice fasting, partial fasting for certain foods or drinks. And in the process of fasting, when it gets difficult, drinking water and coffee can help a lot. The third habit shift that was perhaps the most important for me was that I gave up drinking. Og Mandino says good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. I had so many bad habits tied to drinking, like late night munchies and spending too much money. And the next day I felt anxious and tired, which demotivated me to be less effective at working out and made me less likely to stick to fasting. So take an inventory of bad habits that are sabotaging your success. For me, drinking was a huge one. Label the habit to become conscious of it. Be aware of the habit trigger. It could be fear, anxiety, stress, or certain environments. Be mindful and choose your response. Replace the bad habit with a better habit and set new goals. Keep a diary. Get accountability and support from friends and family. And avoid the trigger. For me, that meant not going to bars late at night where I was more likely to drink. And remember, when it comes to giving up bad habits, motivation matters. When it comes to motivation, love something greater than the bad habit. For me, I knew I loved the idea of reaching my potential and making a bigger impact in my life. I love that more than the benefit I got from drinking. That was just short-term pleasure. And in my personal experience, another great motivator for me to give up drinking was that I actually had some painful experiences related to drinking. I got in fights, I did things that were out of integrity, and I paid a price for those things, and it really hurt. So not only did I have something that I loved more than my bad habit of drinking, but I also had pain to motivate me to move away from that habit. It's amazing how giving up habits that distract you and sabotage your success can be what leads to quantum leaps in performance and wellness. It can actually be more important than the positive habits themselves because it it opens up the space for you to want to love yourself and discipline yourself more and implement all those other positive habits. As a result of my 4-month transformation, my CEO at my 9-to-5 was like, hey, what are you doing differently? He was noticing, everyone was noticing the benefits. My 4-month physical transformation improved my results in my job. It improved my presence in my relationships. It improved my sense of well-being. It motivated me to want to spend less time on distractions and love myself more. And it has compounded to make me want to invest in myself further in unpredictable ways. I wish that all for you too. And I hope that you apply these habits and watch your life unpredictably spiral upwards. As you can tell, giving up drinking was a huge part of my personal transformation, and I actually made a video on why I permanently gave up drinking. Feel free to check it out. It's a raw speech I gave at Toastmasters, which is a public speaking group, and the speech was called Meet My Shadow. If you got value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button and share with someone who you think could benefit from the message. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly videos committed to your success in tech sales and in life, and subscribe to my Sell More, Live More newsletter linked in the description of this video. You'll get bi-weekly emails committed to helping you become a better seller and unlock your potential. And just by subscribing, you'll unlock some free resources like cold calling scripts, an SDR interview checklist, and a 90-day SDR success plan. To your success in tech sales and in life, happy selling and happy living, and I'll see you in the next one.